Hi guys, welcome back. So today in this lecture we will discuss how to use two-factor authentication using login flow. Okay, let's take an example. Okay, so I'm going to log out my Salesforce org. Okay, so when I log out, I enter username and password. When I click login, then you will be able to redirect into the Salesforce org. But my requirement is that before logging into the Salesforce, or you will be like there's a pop-up screen in the mid screen, and in this mid screen you have to enter some OTP, that is two-factor authentication code. That is, you have to enter some values, and then when you click save, then after that you will be able to log in into the Salesforce. It is a like two-way, or like it's a two-factor authentication you have to enable, but you have to make it custom, not a standard. Okay, so when I click login, we will be able to log in into Salesforce. So let's create a two-factor authentication using a Salesforce flow. Okay, in the quick find box, search flow and click on this flow. Okay, click new flow. After this, here is a start form. Click next and screen flow. Click create. Okay, so first the logic is that you have to create an assignment operator. What this assignment operator works, it means that you have create two variable, you have to create two resource. First you have to enter some value over there, and there is a formula field. Okay, so let's discuss. Okay, so I have created one assignment variable, and in this assignment variable I label it name as store security code in a variable. Okay, so here is the variable and the value. The variable, it you need to store some you need to store the value of whichever you have generated the OTP. Okay, so I take a variable and it will be like enter security code, label it name as security code. After this, data type will be, sorry, data type will be number, and decimal places will be 0, and as a best practice it is available for input and available for output, क्योंकि इसके अंदर मैं डेटा इनपुट कराऊंगा अभी. ठीक है, जैसे मैंने एंटर किया security code, after the value is assigning into the security code. Okay, the value which was is a formula field, it will be auto generated. Create a formula field, and in this formula label it name as OTP code, and data type will be number, and decimal places will be 0, and after this enter a formula. The formula which will be like, just copy this formula and paste into this. Okay, and check syntax, it's working. Okay, so what does formula mean? What this value, what is substitutes, what is left, what is right, what is text into converted. Okay, so I'm going to my notepad, and here's a formula explanation. So here is a breakdown of this formula. That is, firstly I make it text into the current flow date and time. The current flow date and time, let's take an example. It is like this. That is 31st August 2024. And then the date time was 14:30, and that is hour, minute and second. 14 is hour, 30 is second, minute, and 45 is second. This converts it into a text. Okay, it means why? Because I added a text variable function before the current date and time, then it will be converted into a text. Okay, after this I added write function before the text. Okay, the write function extract the last 9 character, because the write function here, it is like this. See, 9 character from the write function. देखो, text ये तुम्हारा यहाँ से यहाँ तक है, and then द राइट फंक्शन यूज करोगे तो ये यहाँ से यहाँ तक जाएगा. जब लेफ्ट करोगे तो 8 तक जाएगा, एंड द सब्सटीट्यूट करोगे तो ये पूरा जाएगा, एंड द वैल्यू कन्वर्टेड. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले एक्सट्रैक्ट करना लास्ट 9 कैरेक्टर ऑफ द स्ट्रिंग, एंड इट इन आवर एग्जांपल दिस वुड बी 14, 30, 45 which represents the time, that is लास्ट 9 कैरेक्टर मैंने यहाँ से ले लिया, इंक्लूडिंग अ स्पेस बिटवीन देम, बिकॉज लेट्स काउंट इट 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 एंड द 9 विच वाज अ स्पेस, मैंने स्पेस वाला भी कैरेक्टर काउंट कर लिया। फिर इसके बाद लेफ्ट से मैं आया, लेफ्ट से मैंने 8 कैरेक्टर निकालना है, ठीक है। तो मैंने लेफ्ट से 8 कैरेक्टर निकाले, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 मैंने ये निकाल लिए, तो स्पेस वाला चला गया। देन मुझे क्या करना है, सब्स्टिट्यूट, आफ्टर दैट आई टू सब्स्टिट्यूट वैल्यू। तो सब्स्टिट्यूट क्या करेगा, ये कॉलन जो है उसको रिप्लेस करेगा ब्लैंक्स वैल्यू से। तो आपका क्या बनेगा 14 30 45 लाइक दिस इज हाउ यू गेट 14 30 35। देन आफ्टर दैट द वैल्यू, इट इज द वैल्यू, ठीक है। कन्वर्ट्स द फाइनल स्ट्रिंग इनटू द, क्योंकि स्ट्रिंग में है तो इसको क्या करेगा नंबर वैल्यू में, वैल्यू क्या करेगा नंबर में, इट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू द नंबर फील्ड, नंबर वैल्यू। Then after that it will be like looking like 143045, it will be converted into the number. So here the full explanation of this formula, and I go back to my OR, click done. Okay, so after this go to freeform, create a resource, and in this resource just a variable, take a variable, and in this variable just label it name as for log in user email text, and sorry, not a text, I'm not using text, I'm not using, okay, so take it is formula, change into resource tab into formula, because I want to not use in text for log or user email. Okay, so data type will be your text, and enter formula. It formula will be like user email. What does it mean? It means that for login, suppose I am using the Salesforce flow login. Okay, when I log in into the, it will pick that email into the whichever user you want to log in that, it will pick that username email. That's why I make its formula, and for logged in user, whichever user name was present into the Salesforce act, and it will be pick the email of that. Okay, so user.email, check it's valid, click done. Then go to AutoLoad and click on add element, just make an action button. No, not this, delete this, and just made a send email here, this one. Okay, label it name as send email security code. Okay, and then body will be like, here is your security code. Okay, then make a space, here is your security code. Then you have to enter the API name of security code, whichever you have made a variable as a number. ठीक है, made a variable as a number. underscore code. ठीक है, ठीक है, मैंने ये डाला था सिक्योरिटी कोड। ये किस लिए यूज़ हुआ है? देखो, जब मैं बैक आऊँगा ना, जब मैं बैक आया मैनेजर टैब पे, ये सिक्योरिटी कोड है, यही मैंने यूज़ किया है। ये ठीक है, ये मैंने यूज़ किया है, इसको मैंने यूज़ किया है अपने सेंड ईमेल वाले मेथड पे, सिक्योरिटी कोड ये रहा। करेक्ट? ओके, सो recipient address list, enable this and add for logged in user. Here's a formula field. I added the formula field for the login user and I made a formula for that current user email address. It will be fetch the current user email address. Okay, and then after this, subject, make a subject as a security code, Salesforce, correct? Okay, then after that, create a screen flow for that, and in this screen flow, just in the component search number, add the component into this, and the label it is as two factor authentication. Okay, and the number label it name as security OTP code, and make it is at required. Okay, and click done. After this, I make a decision box. Okay, and it validate the security code. Validate security code. Okay, validate the security code, and if it code matched, then security code, that is this security code equals two-factor authentication and security OTP code. Okay, here is a condition. I mean, जो सिक्योरिटी टू फैक्टर ऑथेंटिकेशन में सिक्योरिटी OTP कोड जो मैंने डाल रखा है उससे मैच करना चाहिए. करेक्ट? Then if code match, then and if code doesn't meet, then you have to make a screen which is like dummy screen. Okay, and in this screen, in the component search text, display text, make it as message, and in this message, your verification was failed. Okay, and make it as center 18 and change the color into red. Okay, make it as bold. Jet, make it as bold. Okay, sorry, your verification was failed, and click done. Okay, click again and remove header. In the footer, hide next, hide pause, only previous are there. Okay, click done and just save it. Two factor authentication by screen. Okay, just save it. Okay, let's get activated. Okay, okay. So after activating this two-factor authentication by ScreenFlow, then you have to go in your first tab and in the quick find box search login flow. Okay, yeah, it is. Click on this login flow and active login flow is no one. Click on new and in this selected type as a flow and label it name it as two-factor authentication, and the flow name was two-factor authentication by ScreenFlow. Select this user license, which was Salesforce, and my profile is system admin. I want to enable as a system administrator. It depends on your requirement. You have to change the user license and profile for which you want to enable the two-factor authentication. Okay, for which license. Okay, click save. So let's cut this and let's log out and log in again. I'm logging out. I'm entered the username and password, and when I click login, a pop-up screen will be shown that is enter the security code. So I'm going to my mail so that I'm checking its mail and if trigger. Yeah, here it is 101,332. I entered 101,332. When I click next, you will be able to successfully log in into the Salesforce org. Correct? Okay, so here it is. Okay, so let's log out again and log in again and enter some wrong value. Okay, so let's do this also. Log out and enter the username and password, and when I click login, enter the OTP code. Go back to mail again and check whether it's mail. Yeah, this one. Okay, 101420, but I entered 101421. Okay, I'm not entering 420. When I click next, it says this sorry, your verification was failed. Then sorry, your verification. So you have to enter to 0. When I click next, you will be able to log in into the Salesforce one. It means the code was matched. So this is how you can do like this. I hope you will like this video. Please hit like and subscribe my channel and stay tuned for the future update. If you have any comments or doubts, please write down in the comment section. Thank you guys.